Got a new recruit to break down with you that is wanted by a bunch of schools of interest to us. His name is Austin Goosby, and he's a 6'5" shooting guard, four-star prospect, 27th nationally per 24/7 Sports. And it was Dushan London with 24/7 that had the update yesterday on a bunch of schools that have been in to see Goosby recently. Those schools include Kentucky, Michigan, BYU, Duke, Texas, Texas A&M, Baylor, Miami, Maryland, Kansas, Louisville, UCLA, and SMU. You get the picture here. Pretty much anywhere in the country would be interested in Austin Goosby's services here. You're our prep expert, Cart. Talk to me on the scout here with Austin Goosby.
So before I do that, can I get a position ruling from you on this kid?
I feel like he's a two guard.
Okay, that's what I feel like too. And I'll be honest with you. Now I gotta watch a little bit more. I think there's a good player there, but he's also like a six. I mean, I need to get an actual height on him because I've seen anywhere between a couple different heights. I think he's a good player. Um, the list is a little bit intriguing to me though,
Why so?
just because there's pretty those. You said Kentucky was on there?
Kentucky's on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
You
like
don't
not to
see
say
that.
no, I don't. I don't. And I might be and I'll be fine with being wrong and a lot of these kids I just do like initial watch type stuff, so could easily change. I think it's a good player, but I don't think like bring him in to Kentucky and I look at how they brought in like Jasper and a Caden, formerly a Caden Lewis. I don't see that kid being better than this kid. Or I don't see like Austin being better than the two guards that I spoke about.
Okay. Um, yeah, I think maybe this is just worth throwing out there. Like, with a school like Kentucky in mind, I think it's hard to be like a four-star prospect and expect that you're going to be guaranteed a role. Now, I think it's easier at certain positions or certain skill sets to think you could impact things in a Mark Pope team. Because you think about it, what bit okay, Lewis, he was not gonna be Mark Pope's point guard in year one. And if he's not gonna be your point guard, where are you gonna play Caden Lewis? Jasper Johnson presumably is still on the roster, presumably still going to be on the court, presumably going to play off ball a little bit, hopefully make some shots, fly around. I think Gooseby could do that. Like I think it's easier for like a wing or a two guard to just slot in and play minutes. At times last year we saw like Colin Chandler, Trent Noah jump in on the wings. Not saying they're shooting guards, Trent Noah is, but I don't know. I feel like it's easier for a true freshman to impact things in that sort of mix when you're that spot and you're that skill set. To me, when I watch Gooseby's film, I would share the same sentiment with you. Like, I don't want to call him overrated, but he does feel like a kid I'm a little surprised the Blue Bloods are all over here. Uh,
Mm.
but I see the vision. I think he's like a pretty good shooter. I like the form. It's fluid. He can shoot off the dribble. He's got a little bit of athletic pop. He attacks the rim pretty relentlessly from what I've seen. He'll rise up and challenge you and try and dunk on you. It's not the most explosive, and it's not like the purest, most prolific shooting I've ever seen, but he's a guy that can do a lot of things well. And as a 6'5" guard, I feel like that bodes well for his future. We interrupt this sleepers video to tell you about an offer from Underdog Fantasy. Cart, you love Underdog Fantasy, correct?
Of course I do. Can I have a moment real quick?
Please. Thank you for that. In fact, I'm going to cut you off because our listeners like when we keep these short and sweet. Underdog Fantasy. Sign up as a new user, use promo code SLEEPERS, get bonus funds up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit match. The NBA playoffs are rocking right now. I played Underdog last week with a Cade Cunningham line. I'm looking forward to doing it throughout the entire first round of the NBA playoffs, but there's more. You can place picks on golf. You can place picks on baseball. You can place picks on the NHL playoffs that are rocking right now. Join Underdog Fantasy, promo code SLEEPERS. Support this show so that we can keep bringing videos to you. Back to the video.
Yeah, and maybe it ends up being like a case where you watch it and you're just like, yeah, this guy's good, but I don't necessarily like okay, this is what would be the ceiling for me for Gooseby. Did you say he's currently ranked like 27th, if I'm
Correct.
not mistaken?
Correct.
I can see him being like one of those kids who ends up in like the 40 range or like low, like high, like 30-ish kind of range or something like that. But maybe is an afterthought in a recruiting class of like a lot of better players, but ends up being productive in his time there. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not this type of player, but when I watched Con Knipple in high school, I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm just blown away. Like, oh, this like, oh yeah, Duke wants this kid. Like, I don't know. I think there's a little bit of an underratedness to Gooseby, but also like I see him being I think he'd be a productive college basketball player. I'm a little surprised that the like Kentucky is like prioritizing
Yeah,
if they are. And maybe I'm putting the prioritizing word out there where it doesn't belong. But
well, they're giving it a run at minimum. Like it's,
yeah.
I don't know the priority. They're not like Kentucky's number one recruit right now, but like they're working on it.
Yeah, I will say this though. The one thing that you can't deny is that he gets buckets.
Yeah,
He gets buckets and he gets buckets in a really good league too. Like Dallas high school hoops is really, really just a talent-ridden, impressive area, just Texas basketball in general. So like there's people that consider him to be, if not the best, one of the best players in the state of Texas. And you
yeah.
don't just get that for no reason.
Do you think that Texas is going to come into play here? Like he's a Texas kid playing in Texas. There's a bazillion schools that want him. I think Texas A&M just offered yesterday. Like,
Yeah, I can see Texas Tech liking him too.
think so?
Yeah. Like I think no, he's better offensively than that. I was gonna throw out like a Kevin McCullough type thing, but I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay. I would advise him, if I'm doing the Dion and I advisory council here, don't go to a blue blood. I think respectfully, Duke, Kentucky will recruit over you. Like they're just if you're in the fold, they're gonna portal over you in year one. Now, unless you just want to like wear the jersey and wait a couple years on it, but we've seen a bunch of kids do that and leave immediately. For what it's worth, Michigan's on this list. I haven't heard a lot about Michigan with him, so I assume they're reaching out, but I don't think Michigan's like really aggressive here. BYU, another one where like they've got the money, they're gonna really prioritize some other guys. So I don't know. To me, I like the Texas A&M shout. Drop him in a Bucky McMillan system. He probably goes nuclear early in his career, and then has some options from there.
Yeah, I like that fit actually.